by the great Judas Priest. The track that leads off Screaming for Vengeance. Fantastic album. Yeah. Pretty good.
I like it.
A lot of work goes into those. Your Guardians play tonight in New York, specifically the Bronx. Yankee Stadium, 7:37 is the start. Game 1, Yankees, Guardians. It's anyone's series tonight. And so shortly after 7, we'll roll out at 6:30. Shortly after 7 is when all that pregame coverage will begin. You don't want to miss a minute of everything that happens pregame. You miss a little, you miss a lot. So you hear it tonight on the Buzzard and on the iHeartRadio app. Cavs lose last night here at home. They'll stay here at home. They'll play the Falcons, the Hawks. Tomorrow night, I think. Yes, 7 o'clock tip. And then they'll go to Orlando to play the Magic, and that'll be the end of their preseason. They'll start the regular season on Wednesday in Toronto, and the home opener is Sunday the 23rd against the Washington Wizards. So a great season of Cavaliers basketball directly ahead of you for your FM home. The Cavaliers and Guardians, 100.7 WMMS, the Buzzard. There's a woman in Japan who lost the equivalent of $30,000 getting scammed.
Buffalo slot machine.
No.
Oh. Okay.
No. What is a Buffalo slot machine?
Exactly what it sounds like.
Is that Neil Young and Stephen Stills? And
yes.
This woman lost a lot of money because a guy told her he was a Russian astronaut who needed money to return to Earth.
Wow.
And she turned it all over to him.
What a good Samaritan.
You know, these stories, we all kind of talk about them and ha, ha, ha. But at their core, they're desperately sad. Mm-hmm. Very lonely people. We haven't cornered the market on this in this country. You know, a lot of these stories are from these old women locally and, elsewhere. And it's almost always old women. The people who scam know what they're doing. It's not old guys. It's old women. Because a lot of them are probably widows, longer life expectancy for women, fixed income. This guy told her that he needed money to pay his landing fees once he was on Earth.
What does that even?
He was claiming that he was a Russian astronaut in space and that he vowed to marry her once he landed. 65-year-old woman. He found her on Instagram in June. He uploaded random photos of space on a profile, DM'd her, and said that he worked at the International Space Station, where astronauts have limited access to cell service. So it's already baked in, right? Why didn't you return my text? Oh, baby, I'm up on the ISS. I didn't even think that was a thing anymore. I thought the International Space Station was gone.
I don't
It's
know
still up
anything
there?
about space. Ask Bill. He works for NASA.
No, I just shopped there.
Online, the Japanese messaging app, he repeatedly said he loved her, and he proposed marriage. And she, being a Japanese woman she happily accepted. He said, I want to start my life in Japan. Saying this 1,000 times won't be enough, but I'll say it. I love you. That's what he told her. But there's a catch. To actually tie the knot, he needed money to get back to Earth.
That's crazy.
Small price to pay for love.
Love. Come on.
This is your gender. You figure it out, lady.
Listen, I'm not responsible for all women.
You're not?
No.
Because we are apparently responsible for all men.
I did say that to my trainer yesterday. I was in a bad mood, and he was like, are they okay? And I was like, listen, I'm mad at men today, so I'm going to take it out on you. He goes, I can make you do more lunges and lift heavier weights. I'm not the guy
Yeah,
to
that'll
get
do
mad
it.
at.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, okay. Maybe I do get mad at all men. Whatever. Also, International Space Station, they have a blog on NASA's website.
But I think it used to be like the United States and Russia kind of, I think, shared the the cost and as tenants or whatever. I think we're fully out of that. I think it's just
No.
we're not.
It was busy. It was a busy Tuesday abroad. I mean, like, this is like an Instagram feed.
Okay.
There's 4 astronauts up there. They've been up there since
All right.
April.
I'm out of the loop then because I thought for a while we were completely. I'm sure somebody locally will be able to get me straight on that.
Station crew.
Anyway, this guy says that he tells the woman, there are landing fees I have to pay once I'm in Japan, and then a cost of a rocket to actually fly there.
Oh, man, how did this
Only
lady have that much
$30,000.
money? How does someone this gullible have so much
That is
money?
the number one question I always have when they're like, a Northeast Ohio woman was scammed out of nearly $65,000. I'm like, who has this
Wait a
money?
minute. Well, like you said, it's usually an older woman, and if she's still single, which is why she's lonely, never had any kids or anything, she's just been putting away her money for the last 40 years, 50
I mean,
years.
possibly, but even people who are like widows and they always have a bunch of money. I mean, obviously, we don't hear about the women who aren't scammed because they don't have any money. So we
Easy.
only
they
hear
get scammed out of less money.
But
yeah.
we only hear about the ones that are scammed out of 5 figures. The woman paid him about 4.4 million yen, which is $30,000, in 5 installments over the course of about 2 weeks.
Listen, if you're an
2 weeks.
2 weeks, if you're an old lady that has $60,000, I'll be a very good friend to you for $25,000. It's not gonna be sexual, but I'll hang out. Now, Grandma's gonna get jealous because I already have an old lady friend, but
Did she pay you 25 grand?
she did not.
What are you doing, dude?
I'm trying to get 25 grand.
Unbelievable.
Just be nice.
I'm always also fascinated.
Not to try and take all their money, but I'm also giving them something in return. They get my friendship. I'll take them to museums. We'll go out to dinner. I'll take them to some basketball games. We'll have a good time.
You're giving them the boyfriend experience,
Yes.
and that's all they want.
Honestly, $2 grand a month, $500 a week to be Bill Squire's. I can't do that.
Here's the thing, though. With these old, lonely women,
would
he's squiring them around, right? It's in there. But sooner or later, and here's the rub, as it is for these women the sugared babies or whatever, eventually these old women will be awash in Bill's charms and will want to express their affection physically. And that's where
That's a deal breaker. That means I just get to take the money and walk.
that's where it gets to be a little bit of a sticky wicket there.
When you fall in love with me is when it's over.
That's right. I'm here for companionship, and for some people, that's plenty. And he's out there. Listen.
I'm providing a service.
That's right. He's the gilf whisperer. And so when he's out there, they've got arm candy now. They go to the whatchamacallit, the Arboretum, the Holden Arboretum. Isn't that a thing?
Yes.
Yep.
They go to the Holden Arboretum, and guess what they're doing? They're holding a hunk. Bill Squire, don't look so dismissively at this. You just got done saying how charming he is.
It's his words.
Well, what do you think he's going to be doing? He's going to be talking these ladies' ears off.
Do it, Bill.
They're going to be awash in his charm. I already
Their
told
eyes
you.
aren't that good. So they're fine with the words.
Bill Squire, it always feels right when he's in the spotlight.
Exactly. It's Mary Santora.
Start by just touching it.
Yes.
No.
No? They can't touch it at all.
When you grab it, you'll feel how firm it is.
No touching.
So anyway, so this guy and I'm always also surprised at how late in the game the women start to become suspicious. Because she sends him 30 grand and then goes, something's hinky
Probably
here.
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. This guy needs
No
money
such
for
thing as-
rocket costs.
Landing
Yeah.
costs, whatever it was.
Rocket costs.
Rocket.
Landing fees.
Landing
Landing
fees,
fees, yeah.
rocket costs, whatever you want to call them.
And here's the thing. If he's an astronaut, he's probably getting paid, right? So you think they would just dock the landing fees out of his paycheck?
Yeah, I don't think they
Good pun, by
charge
the way.
that, yeah.
Paycheck?
We're going to dock your
Oh.
paycheck from the International Space Station.
These guys, after they get the money, they're like, bro, it's too easy. They probably just sit back and laugh. They're like, I don't even feel bad anymore because if it's that easy, they didn't deserve the 30 grand
I don't
to
think it
begin
is
with.
easy. I think it takes a long time.
Months.
You think?
Yeah, it's a long time.
But
How
a lot quicker
long
than it
con?
would take you to earn it.
How long of a con would it take you for this? No, Cody, because this is about what we make in a year. 25 grand?
He started this scammer started in June
Okay.
hitting her up on Instagram. She gave him 30 grand over 2 weeks between end of August and mid-September. So he
was
put
like
in
2
2 months of nothing really.
No.
You're popping your head in every so often. Hey, honey,
Still in space.
still in space.
Would love to meet you.
That's a
Right.
good excuse, though, because then you'll be like, I was in space, didn't get your messages till now.
Yeah,
Alan already said that.
sir. He doesn't listen to the show, Mary.
I was trying to think
He
about
doesn't
how I
li-
can scam old ladies. I was making my own version.
There you go. Listen, it's one thing for us to be sitting here talking about space gossip.
Oh, boy.
It's
What a
another thing
transition.
to be talking about. I'm the king of transitions. To be talking about hot celebrity goss with Perez Bilton.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez Bilton. Ooh.
By the way, I hope I didn't step on anyone's toes by.
No, you're
I
all-
hope that you didn't have International Space Station gossip.
No, those
That
aren't
you were gonna-
celebrities.
Astronauts
But something feels-
should be celebrities, by the way. They used to be.
but they aren't anymore.
Nope. All right.
And this guy definitely wasn't because he wasn't a real astronaut. I feel like something's missing, though. I feel like I need something. Oh, I know.
What does he need?
Let's get this on. We got.
He has. Oh, my God.
He's adding to it. He's got a Perez Bilton
I can't see it yet.
jersey.
He's got a Perez Bilton jersey.
And then on the back it says,
Hot goss.
Yeah, 216.
Yeah.
Who made that for you?
just get it off Amazon.
Oh, you made it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Let me get it on.
Listen, clothes make the man. He's got to get this on.
That's
Yep.
actually
Better
kinda
look good than
legit.
feel good, right?
That's right.
Pull
Is
the hood
better-
out. You look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I am the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Inside sources.
The hoodie was a bad idea, but whatever.
There you go. There you go.
All right, Perez Bilton here
Uh-huh.
to give you guys some hot goss in my Perez Bilton jersey. Let's get things started. Conan O'Brien, you know him. He used to host a late night talk show. Now he does a podcast. And he just made a lot of money selling his beach house in California for $16 million.
Wow.
Nearly double what he paid for it. According to inside sources,
Inside sources.
O'Brien decided to sell the place after he realized he can't even go in the sun. So why have a beach house?
Inside sources.
Yep. Good point.
Actor Ray Buffer, who is best known for looking kind of like David Harbour, he's trending because the actor was caught on camera stealing comics. Buffer was caught on camera in multiple stores putting comics under his shirt and in his pants. Police reports have been filed on Buffer and an investigation is underway, according to inside sources.
Inside sources.
Friends of Buffer, whose career has spanned decades with notable roles as Guy Number 2 and Stand-In, said they were shocked he was caught stealing, saying it's not like him. He's never even stolen a scene.
Inside sources.
$600 worth of comics.
Yeah. And the dude's worked for a long time.
I recognize him. Yeah.
All right, and then Madonna is making news. In a recent TikTok video, she was prepared to throw a pair of panties in the garbage, and the caption said, "If I miss, I'm gay." And then she misses by a mile. So a lot of people are speculating that Madonna is gay now, which I take with a grain of salt because she also spoke with a British accent for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And according to inside sources,
Inside sources.
Madonna's interest in women was borderline for years, but she came to justify her love when she met a woman that below the waist identified as an Arby's Big Montana.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez Bilton. Ooh.
Yep.
Yay.
Hey. You got the costume and the whole bit now.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even Halloween yet. Very exciting.
It's doing it.
Right?
Doing
You gotta
it.
spice
Mary
things up.
approves.
You gotta take it to another level.
Mary approved.
Yeah.
Just look at her face. Don't pay
loves-
attention to her words. Look at her face.
Mm-hmm.
Both are great.
Yep.
She's a hot goss guzzler.
Oh, Ray Buffer is in Bullet Train.
Yeah, he's in
that
a ton
new,
of movies.
Yeah, that new. He's in Get Shorty.
But he's like a guy in the movie for like a moment.
Yeah.
Like maybe one speaking line. Huge, long list of IMDb, but apparently not enough to buy comics.
Clearly, his career is not going well. And frankly, I feel
some people just like to steal though.
Yeah, he was married once, divorced, no kids. And I'm always reticent to mock people in that situation simply because down the road, that could easily be any one of us.
Mm-hmm.
One of us might get caught down the road shoplifting something. Comics. Lord knows what Poundcake will get caught stealing.
Right.
Right?
I mean,
Did you ever shoplift as a child?
No.
Didn't.
Because, again, I didn't know what anxiety was back then, but looking back on it, that's what it was. And I'm not slick in that way.
That's just fear of getting caught.
Yeah, I had fear of getting caught.
Everybody has that.
Yeah, you should.
The shoplifter is the person who blows past that fear of getting caught.
Yeah, and I don't have that.
Well, the fear becomes excitement.
Mm.
There's a lot of people that shoplift just because they like the thrill of it.
Well,
That's why I did it.
I tell you what, if
Really?
Yeah.
Were you a shoplifter?
Oh, yeah. I've talked about this before. I went through like a heavy shoplifting phase from the time I was like 6 until probably 21, 22. Is that a phase if it's 2 decades?
I mean,
And then again this year when she stole that shirt.
I think the definition of a phase is that it eventually ends.
It did end.
Yeah. I think 2 decades might be longer than a phase.
I always had a problem stealing. My my parents were going through a divorce, my court-ordered therapist said it was because I didn't get enough attention at home.
Oh, so you chalked up the shoplifting to the situation at home.
That's what my court-ordered therapist did. In
But
college,
you,
it was
I
more
would,
for like
I would
fun.
think that, and obviously it's hard to find logic in a child's brain during trauma or whatever.
Yeah.
But growing up in a hoarder house, I would think the very last thing you'd want to do is accumulate more stuff.
I stole like candy and things like that.
Oh, things you'd
I would,
eat.
Yeah, I would steal things. It was almost always candy, actually, now that I think about it.
Always candy.
Yeah, from like
I stole a Snickers bar when I was a kid.
gas stations.
My mom marched me right up.
My dad did that one time too, and then it stopped for a while after I had to go back and crying and giving it to the 17-year-old clerk who doesn't care.
Yeah, they
you
don't
know?
care. They're like, dude, I don't.
This is, what are you doing?
I would have been happier had you walked off and eaten the candy bar.
Right.
That would have been a lot better.
And then in college, I just thought it was like fun. I would steal whatever I could. It started with makeup because I was a broke college kid and makeup's too expensive. So I'd put like a mascara in my purse or something like that. And then it became like my friends would give me challenges of what I could get out of the store with.
Oh,
And
it was a game.
And you
for a
never
while.
got caught?
No.
I was dating a girl that was, this is just a few years ago. She was shoplifting and she got banned from multiple stores, like got caught in a lot of ways. Like I think she had a police report about her.
Now in a lot of places
was-
and a
it
lot of
was-
stores, you can just walk in and steal stuff and they won't
they're
chase
like,
you
I'm
out.
not.
they
yeah,
were-
It's not worth
but
my
what they
time.
you're
did-
on camera.
It's not worth my life.
Yeah, they built a case against her because they had so much footage of her
Well, that's
stealing.
what they'll do too. Is they'll
and
wait
they
till
go,
it's over
okay,
$1,000.
now you've stolen this much stuff. We're coming after you.
Now it's a
Right,
felony
like
or
larceny
whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. They won't chase you out of the store. They'll just turn over all the footage
Yep.
to the cops. All right. By the way, speaking of Jane's Addiction, they're doing that show with Smashing Pumpkins. And I'll have Billy Corgan's going to be on the show in a few days. And I'll be telling you very soon about how you can win tickets for that show. No Dave Navarro, which sucks. He's still dealing with long COVID. But Jane's and Smashing Pumpkins are doing the Romo Fijo on the 29th of this month. So more details on that forthcoming. I got a break here. If you want to text for anything, 35192. AlanCoxShow.com is where you can watch.